Is America's obsession with K-pop and Korean culture responsible for the success of Gen Korean BBQ House? Founded in Los Angeles County only 15 years ago, Gen Korean BBQ House has grown its national foothold quite impressively by offering massive beer towers, cuts of both marinated and unmarinated beef, pork, and chicken that you grill at your table yourself, and enough smoke inhalation to simulate a commercial airplane flight in the 1970s. This gogi-gui style of cooking your own order is basically like if the melting pot entrusted you with the responsibility of not burning the place down, which they would never do because they're cowards. Gen's brand recognition has grown not because of your standard marketing, but because of the strategically chosen warehouse-style stores in which you can purchase their gift cards. If the partnership went the other way and Gen had Costco hot dogs that you could cook at your own table, I'd have to be forcibly removed by security because I'd never leave willingly. This week on the show, I'll set my grill top of knowledge directly onto your open flame of curiosity so that you too may know everything I've learned about Gen Korean BBQ House and Korean barbecue in general. Then we'll direct our attention to the people of Yelp to see what they're saying about the very Gen KBBQ we dined at. This is the Fine Dining Podcast.
I mean, I really want to comment on the beer tower, mainly because I didn't get a chance to have one, but
We also didn't see it in the menu, but like my experience with this place, I went a decade ago maybe, and it was like the thing that my friend was like, yo, I'm getting a beer tower. And I was like, okay.
I mean, we did go in the middle of the day, so I saw no beer towers, but yet you'd think there'd be like one degenerate having a beer tower in the middle of the day, right? Like there was none to be seen.
At 1:30 p.m.
Well, some people don't have anything to do on a Friday.
Fair.
This is LA. Like some people only work like Tuesday through Thursday. So like someone could be drinking on a Friday afternoon. So where was the drinking? I didn't see any drinking. I wanted drinking. Not for me, but just so I could see the
You
tower.
wanted to witness someone's low.
Right.
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to the Fine Dining Podcast, the quest to compare all restaurants to Chili's. I am your host, Michael Ornelas, and this is the podcast where we dive deep into the history of your favorite restaurant chains and then thoroughly review them a week later by comparing them to Chili's. This week, we're doing the history of Gen Korean BBQ House, and joining me is a comedian and improviser who you can see him regularly at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. He's a delight of a human being, and he strikes me as the type who has saved a choking stranger's life at a cafe by dislodging the cake pop stuck in their throat with a bear hug. It's Jon Durnell.
Hello, thank you. Yes, and I would save a life, because I would assume that if I saved someone's life in a restaurant, I could dine there for free for a lifetime.
Like a hero's benefit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't you get that?
I also love that it doesn't even have to be an employee.
Just anyone's life.
You save anyone's life.
Right.
The restaurant stepping in and being like, this is good karma.
Well, I mean, it's good press. If a life was saved in said restaurant versus a life was tragically lost. I mean, that's terrible.
Like if I had a nickel for every time I read the headline, man dies at Macaroni Grill.
Yeah, you're like, well, I don't think I'll eat at a Macaroni Grill. But if a man saved another man's life at a Macaroni Grill,
I'm getting that bread.
Right. And hopefully I'll see a hero.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Eating a meal that was less intense than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I mean, Korean barbecue can be intense if you're there late at night and you're really just trying to see how far you can go before they kick you out. But we were doing it more responsibly today. So.
We were not making an attempt to be on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
No, not like I've done once with Red Lobster. And they're bringing back the all-you-can-eat shrimp. Did you see that? The endless shrimp?
I did see that.
Yeah.
And the thing that lost them, $11 million last time they had it?
Yeah, it did. And I was part of that. There was one time I was there and you could clearly see that the waitress was happy to see that she could tell we were trying to see how much shrimp we could eat. And I beat my friend. I think I had maybe 200 pieces and he was like, he tapped out at
it's the really little ones, right?
We went with variety because we were competing with each other and I was trying to make sure I beat him. So I started bringing in some of the fried, which are the smaller ones. But then we had the big, jumbo ones and everything. I was we got to go across the board. We even did the fettuccine Alfredo, which was kind of cheating because there's pasta involved there too. But we did all of them. So
I'm impressed. Let me ask you, what is your history with Gen Korean BBQ? You have none. Today was your first time.
This was my first time.
But I brought you on this show because I vividly remember a night a few months ago where we were at a show and you were just talking about like, it was like a 9:30 p.m. start time of the show.
Yeah.
And you were like, I haven't eaten anything today. I'm about to pass out, but I'm saving myself for Korean barbecue tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the kind of spirit that I need on this show.
Well, I take my Korean barbecue very seriously. I don't know what it is with my family in Korea. My little sister loves everything Korea.
Yeah.
Me, it's just mainly the barbecue. And I take it seriously. I take it very seriously. I'm like, look, no food is going into this mouth until it's Korean barbecue time. If I know I'm having it that day. Because, like, I mean, you just have to save space. There's so much variety, so many cuts of meat, you know? And some places, you know, have really good stuff, and you might want to get seconds or thirds of it.
Sure.
You know? And some places, like this place, won't let you on certain things, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably so that they can stay in business.
They're no Red Lobster.
Right, exactly. They've learned from Red Lobster.
They don't have what it takes to be like, oh, I'll take the premium skirt steak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have done that till the end of time.
I could have too.
Like,
I could have as well. My history with Gen Korean BBQ specifically it was my first Korean barbecue ever.
oh, okay.
Probably 9 or 10 years ago, just like a couple of friends took me there. Like I mentioned, one of them got the beer tower. I just remember being stressed out by having to like manage the cook times. And so they were like, okay, we'll do it. And I was like, thank you so much. And today was no different. I just was less on the brink of tears today.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have added a little salt to it. You know? if you cried all over the meat.
Just the saddest Salt Bay. Just sprinkling a tear.
Yeah. No, I remember the first time I went to Korean barbecue, it had that kind of like same stress, but I had other friends there. And they were like kind of like teaching me. And I was like, oh, it is kind of like grilling, but just like here. Because my parents had me grill stuff when I was little. Like they'd be like, here, go outside and cook the burgers and the hot dogs. And like my mom's like, make sure they're burnt. And then she only meant the hot dogs, not the burgers. So then I got
you ruined the burgers.
I ruined the burgers. I was like, you have to be specific. I am a child. But it's like, I've only been on earth for so long, you know, and you gave birth to me.
Experience is literally the thing I don't have.
Right. So, but then over time, like, you know, I was trusted with more meats, like the chickens, the pork chops, you know, roasts, things like that. So they're like, all right, well, you're cooking everything. And I was like, well, I do enjoy it because I mean, there's something like fun about like making the meal and then like afterwards being like, this is good. And everyone's like, this is good. And you're like,
it's validating.
Right.
For sure.
Know, yeah.
Amazing. Well, that's our histories with Korean barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear the history of Gen Korean BBQ House?
I'd love to hear the history.
All
I
right.
mean, there's only 15 years of it, so it can't be too much, right?
It's not too much.
Okay.
All right. We're going to jump into this week's Meat Deets.
Eatery details.
Gen Korean BBQ House opened in Tustin, California in September of 2011 by its founders Jay Chang and David Kim, the latter of whom was a former CEO of La Salsa and Baja Fresh. The founders of Gen are in fact Korean immigrants to the United States, giving Gen a background of authenticity.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't like, you know, Bill Smith and and Tom Garrison. You know, it's like, oh, I don't know if you guys should be starting this.
Yeah, and I will say, in eating and experiencing it, it felt authentic enough. Like I genuinely did get I didn't get the vibe that like two mid-40s white women with capital were like, should we?
I mean, there was a lot of Michael Jackson played, so maybe so. But
okay, there was a little bit of Gen
which I had no
Xers.
problem with. I loved the Michael Jackson that was playing. And it might be because of the movie, but it might also be because whoever's running that place really loves Michael Jackson.
They really like Michael Jackson.
I mean,
we'll talk about it more next week when we review it, but it was a prominent part of this experience.
It really was. And I mean, like, you know, really getting into the deep cuts. So I like that. But again, I'm happy that it's not something where I have to be offended that I ate there and you just told me about it now. So
fair. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the guy who started Taco Bell literally just like saw people across the street from his hot dog place and was like, I'm going to steal that. And he like went over and like deconstructed their tacos.
Also, his last name is Bell.
Yeah. But the fact that he went over and was like, well, that's doing well. I'm going to steal it.
I want it.
Yeah. And he did it successfully. So.
It's a very colonialist attitude.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah.
All
right. Gen Korean BBQ's own filings describe a menu of traditional Korean and Korean American food served in a space with modern decor and embedded tabletop grills with K-pop in the background while guests cook much of the food themselves. One of those things was untrue.
Yeah, I don't remember any K-pop.
Didn't hear
Pop,
any.
Pop, yes, but not K.
That makes Gen less a replica of old Seoul barbecue houses and more a deliberately standardized Korean American joint built for broad mainstream appeal. Very mainstream in that this felt like a chain.
Oh, definitely.
Not in a overly kitschy way.
No, I mean, it didn't feel like I walked into a Ruby Tuesdays or a Chili's or something of that nature where it's just it looks this way because every one of them you're ever going to walk into will look this way. You know, that. I didn't have that feel. Now, again, I could go to another one and it might look pretty similar, but it doesn't, I guess the idea of an Applebee's has all the little stuff all over everything. And you're just any Applebee's you go to, it will have stuff. It won't be the same jerseys or whatever else that they have, but they all do the same idea. Whereas this one is just you could tell it's a restaurant, it's a place where you're going to sit down, you're going to dine, and they might look similar in a way, but I really don't feel like any two is probably going to look the same on the inside, completely the same.
Well, it also wasn't so remarkably designed that you're even really going to notice.
That's also true.
Yeah.
I mean, the blue vents might be something that's a standard thing where they're oh, we always have the blue vents. That's how you know it's us.
That's the Gen way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's you see black vents, you're at a knockoff. Wouldn't sit down.
Right. Gen Korean BBQ had 31 restaurants at the end of 2022, 37 at the end of 23, 43 by the end of 24, and 57 by year's end 2025, making the mid-2020s its documented peak so far. The first international unit opened in South Korea in June of 2025, and 6 company-owned locations there were opened by September of that year. They've already opened 2 more locations this year, bringing the total up to 59 American locations spread across 11 states, plus the international eateries in South Korea and 1 in the Philippines.
I guess that really shows that it's pretty good if it's doing well in Korea.
Enough to be around. Having
the fact that they're even there, because just think about it, if it wasn't any good, they'd open one and it immediately would be shut down. They'd be this is bullshit and we want nothing to do with it,
I do think that there's a novelty. If an Italian came to America and opened their idea of American food as a chain, I'd be well, I'm curious what they think of us. And this is Korean American going to Korea. And so there's a level of novelty to it that I can see it doing. Okay. Look, they have Outbacks in Australia.
Yeah, well, but I don't think
it's not Australian style food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've never believed that. I mean, and again, from someone who's had Vegemite, which, wow, that is that's a rough thing. No shade to Australians, but the only one I could consume was the sweet version of it, which they're oh, this is bastardized. And I'm this is the only way I can put it down.
Right.
And it was just spread on bread. I was there's nothing else we can do with this. Just kind of spice it up or something.
Yeah.
They're just put it on bread and that's how we go. And it's I don't like this. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just feel the fact that you can have it at all in Korea and have more than just the one. If there was just one that he just was I just did it because I had to, but there's a couple. So I was well, they're probably doing well enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they could be the place where a non-adventurous American on vacation in Korea is I feel safe going to the Americanized one.
Wow.
But
that's probably true. They're probably both in Seoul.
Yeah. But the one in the Philippines is in a giant mall.
Oh, okay.
That's a fact that I found
All
and
right.
wanted to say.
All right. Well,
I do think that the pace of growth was interesting because it was 6 a year for 3 years, and then they added 15 last year.
Well, I mean, and again, that shows that this is working well, you know? I mean, and again, we'll give our review. There's probably a reason why these things are popping up like crazy. And it seems like it's something that they can easily get across the nation, especially with like the rise of K-pop.
Yeah.
Like my sister was like so excited when we were vacationing in Miami. She was like, there's a Korean spot. So we went to go eat there. But I was just like, yeah, you know, if there was like a place that you could see and know was there and it was just like as available as a Chili's, people would probably be like, hey, we're going there tonight, you know.
For sure. The founders owned Gen Korean BBQ House locations separately, with 19 owned by David Kim and 12 on Jay Chang's side before they rolled it into Gen Restaurant Group Incorporated and then went public in 2023. As of 2025, Jay Chang is now just a board member after stepping back, with David Kim being sole CEO now.
Oh, so they finally had a little marriage, huh?
I think that's so interesting to like go into a business, open a restaurant, but it's like, I own that one, you own that one.
It's a very strange way of doing it. It was almost as if they like started off in common law and then like,
let's make this official.
Like, I love you, fine. We have 6 kids.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this, you know.
Yeah.
Or at that point in time, what, 30? Because one had 19, one had 12.
31, yeah.
Yes, so it's like, oh, they had as many flavors as Baskin Robbins. Maybe that's what finally brought them together.
They were getting ice cream and they're like, fine, I'll commit.
Exactly. We have as many restaurants as they do flavors. That's love. That's love. Yeah. So, but yeah, that is a strange way of coming together where it's just, but maybe there was the fear that somebody didn't know how to run the restaurant as well as the other one. And so you're like, well, I'll let you fall on the sword by yourself.
It's the one who had 12.
Right.
He struggled to get the numbers up.
He's like, I'm doing pretty good, right? And he's like, yeah,
okay.
12. Oh, God.
Okay, 12. Yeah.
Talk to me when you at least get in the teens.
Yeah. The marketing push of Gen Korean BBQ House has been a unique one, as there haven't been celebrities in advertisements or catchy slogans. Much of their advertising comes from offering their gift cards in warehouse-style stores like Costco and other grocery stores, catching the attention of shoppers browsing for discounts. Those gift cards were offered in only 31 stores as of September of last year, but 6 months later, this past March, Gen Korean BBQ House gift cards can be found in over 800 stores. The company attributes the growth to the wider K-culture boom.
I'm loving how 31 was brought up again. Do you see that? 31 stores.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's something about this 31 that they're not telling us about. And it must also be part of the...
We need to remake that movie. Was it 23 or whatever?
Yeah. It should have been 31.
Should have been 31.
And then it would have made money.
The higher the number,
right,
the more money it brings in.
It makes perfect sense.
I named my movie Infinity.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Licensed to print money.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to have to worry about finances for the rest of your life.
Made man. Yeah, but I do love that idea of like, I forgot Gen existed until I was in a Costco last year and those gift cards that we got, that we paid with today.
Right.
It was like, oh, $80 for $100 worth of gift cards there? Sure.
Yeah.
It was just a $20 discount.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you're going to places where people often go and giving them discounts, they're probably more inclined to be, because especially at a Costco where you're looking for these deals,
right.
You're like, well, another deal, you know?
But like to discover the brand through that, I just think is an interesting thing to like rely on.
That's true. I mean, I definitely haven't seen a commercial for it, you know?
Yeah. Did you know it existed before?
I knew it existed just because I had seen it driving around.
Okay.
And then I've done comedy in that area, so I saw it before because I walked by it and I was like, oh, there it is. But I had never stepped inside.
Sure.
I didn't know it was as wide of a chain as you've told me now, because I kind of just was like, there's probably like a couple in LA.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, it's
there's 57 across our country, or 59. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's really good, especially if it's only been around for 15 years.
Yeah. So kind of short, but that'll do it for this week's Eat Deets, as the road has been moderately straightforward for Gen Korean BBQ House. But I do want to use this extra time to dive into the history of Korean barbecue itself.
Okay.
Is that cool with you?
That works for me.
Okay, we're going to jump into this week's Meat Deets.
Meat. Eatery details.
Korean barbecue is typically defined by slices of chicken, pork, or beef, either marinated or unmarinated, that are cooked on a charcoal grill and then wrapped with rice and lettuce. Tableside grilling in Korean barbecue gained widespread popularity in the 1950s following the Korean War, driven by the introduction of thin slicing machines for bulgogi and the rise of commercial gas grills. While roots date back to ancient times, this dining style grew into the experience we know and love by the 1990s.
Guess something good came out of the Korean War, you know.
Korean barbecue?
Yeah, I guess.
In its current form?
Yeah, because, you know, I tried to ask my grandfather about that war, and he does not talk about it. Most people don't really like to talk about that war. I don't think it was a good one for us as the USA.
I'm going to venture a guess that if that war had never happened, they still would have eventually figured out how to slice meat thin.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that.
Like the machinery would have come along.
Well, as you pointed out, it goes back to ancient times. Like they were grilling meat for a while. I'm just saying, like the idea of it coming over here, you know, is a part of that war. I'm assuming. Like, you know, there was no meat before the Korean War.
And honestly, if there wasn't, and there is now, worth it?
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, for the marinated meat I've had today, I mean, no war is good.
Our ancestors died for this meal.
Well, I mean, if they had to, it was pretty good.
Bulgogi literally means fire meat, but today is understood as a marinated meat, and it's one of the most popular Korean barbecue cuts. Galbi, short rib, which was popularized in the 1940s in Suwon before the South Korean diaspora in Los Angeles created their own style, where they cross-cut the ribs for thinner flanks that allowed for faster marinating and grilling. This LA style is also known as lateral or flanken short ribs, and it blew up in the 1980s before exporting back to South Korea.
Ah, I see. Okay, so we got the thinner slices over here, huh?
We kind of got all versions of short rib because we got like the long bone.
We did.
And then we also got like the traditional Galbi cut. But I think it's cool that LA specifically kind of pioneered cutting it that way, marinating it and cooking it that way, and then it got back to South Korea.
That is pretty cool.
So
again, it all comes back to the war because, see, you know, you had to get the meat over here and then we had to take it back, and, you know,
worth it.
I
mean, you just look into that camera and say the Korean War was worth it.
The Korean War was worth it.
Can't believe you did that.
Oh, my grandfather will not be happy.
A staple of the Korean barbecue experience is the banchan, or side dishes. Among the most popular are kimchi, which is pickled cabbage, soybean sprout salad, seasoned spinach, spicy cucumber salad, savory pancakes, tofu soup, and countless others. There's a heavy focus on fermenting or pickling the sides, which is a tradition dating back literally thousands of years.
See, I told you there was some history beyond the war, but yeah, I love all the little like dishes that they bring out to you, like it's part of the meal. It feels like to me to have like all the little samplers, and it feels like the more of them. In my mind, I feel like it's a better restaurant, but that's not necessarily true. I mean, because tonight we didn't have that many.
There were 5.
There was 5.
Yeah.
And they were good. But, you know, I've been to places where it felt like there's like 25, maybe 30 different things, possibly 31 different things on the But
like just Indiana Jones style face melting.
Don't look at the 31.
That's what was in the thing. It was just 31 sides.
But yeah, it's I mean, like the kimchi, like pickled cucumbers, which is kind of pickled pickles when you really think about it.
Yeah.
And like the radish was great, you know. And then this place had us like special one I've never seen.
A potato salad?
A potato salad that I've never, it was like a ball of it. And I've never, like I've seen other ones with potato salad, but it was usually like a more traditional potato
chunkier,
salad. Right, yeah.
With more stuff in it.
And then, you know, a lot of them will have like a pasta noodle situation there, pancakes that you mentioned, and the bean sprouts, which we didn't get any, which is like.
I do love bean sprouts.
And I feel like I see that at like each and every one I've ever been to. So like that's a weird one to not
leave out.
Yeah. But I guess they don't feel it was necessary.
We know that someone in this restaurant hates bean sprouts and loves Michael Jackson.
Right. Oh, so much.
We'll find out who.
Yeah.
We'll find out
which one of the two that started it is.
We'll dox them. A centuries-long Buddhist influence led to a ban on meat in Korea, giving rise to a vegetable-based cuisine. But after Mongolia invaded and took over Korea in the 13th century, that ban ended. As meat once again gained popularity, the groundwork was laid for the Korean barbecue that we see to this day. So that's why they're so inventive with like the pickling and stuff like that. There was like a 3rd century discovery of I want to say like a Chinese journal that mentioned like specifically talking about Koreans and how like prevalent pickling was, and like to the point that they were like bragging about their cuisine. They were like, wow. Oh my gosh, Koreans have such good like vegetable cuisine. So it dates back so long, and then meat got reintroduced and they just never got rid of that process for the vegetables. So that's why you have that mix that you have today.
So it's like if Texans invaded San Francisco. It'd be like, you're all going to eat meat now.
Yeah. And then you'd get like really, really like, 1,000 years from now, you'd have really, really good like brisket over soybeans or whatever, So.
Wow. The future is beautiful. Huh?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to have.
If there is one.
And he said that into the camera.
The Korean War, worth it.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Korean immigrants brought bulgogi to the U.S., but LA's Koreatown made it visible at scale. The Los Angeles Times notes the neighborhood already had a reputed 850 places to eat and drink by 2004, and Eater now calls it the Mecca of Korean cuisine in America. That ecosystem helped turn KBBQ from an immigrant community staple into one of Southern California's defining social meals.
There is Korean barbecue everywhere you go in Koreatown. And Koreatown is huge. Like it was funny when I first moved here, I thought like Chinatown would be big, but Chinatown's like a street. Whereas like in San Francisco, Chinatown is like
a district.
Huge. Yeah. Like, and so like it's different here where like Koreatown is like humongous, you know, and I was not expecting that because like when somebody was like, oh yeah, I live over in Koreatown, I was like, oh cool, and then like I was like, yo, Koreatown just like keeps going.
I've been driving for 65 minutes.
Like what part of Koreatown, man? Like I'm pretty far into it, and it says I still have 10 minutes to get to your place. You know? But and with it being everywhere, they're all competing. Like some are open like 24 hours, which I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Can you imagine needing this at 5 a.m.?
I mean, no, but if I flew back from somewhere, like maybe Korea, maybe my time is off. So then I'm like, I could go for some food.
So a bunch of places are exclusively catering to the supremely jet lagged.
Like you don't want to go home yet, but you want to eat some meat. Here, come on in.
Yeah,
we got you.
And that'll do it for this week's Meat Deets.
Fine dining.
Jon, you're on this podcast because you're a magnet for controversial opinions.
It's true.
Well, this is my newest segment, The Heat Lamp.
Baby, set you under my heat lamp, my heat lamp. Heat lamp. Give you my hottest take. Controversial but never fake. Getting messy under my heat lamp. Heat lamp.
So hot right now.
This is where I'm giving you a platform to proselytize your truth.
Okay.
Is that chair getting warmer? Because you're in the hot seat now. Tell the world, what is your restaurant hot take?
This might be something people don't want to hear, but I have to say it. Michael, if you're ever out late at night and you and your crew need to, I don't know, settle a beef at a diner that serves pancakes and syrup, the place to go is an IHOP over a Waffle House. Okay, that's where the better battlegrounds are located. All right, and I know that's controversial. I know people don't feel the same way because if you go online, you can find a lot.
Is this specifically about brawling?
This
like
is
all the fights that break out in the Waffle House?
Yes,
really?
Yes, this is specifically about the brawls. The IHOP is the better place to brawl. It's the better place.
I can't support this. Because not only is Waffle House number 1, but Denny's is number 2 over IHOP. Where are you getting this from?
This is from Supreme footage online in which you will see that IHOP foolishly will leave you a canister of hot coffee on the table, which can be used as a weapon in 2 different ways. You can toss hot coffee and you can use it to bludgeon somebody with. Now, IHOP is a fool for doing that. Waffle House pours the coffee and takes it away. They know not to leave that with you. They know the fights are already too intense. They can't give you a weapon.
So your hot take is predicated on just coffee availability?
Well, and also the knives and stuff. Like the Waffle House knives, that they barely cut bread. I mean, they're not trying to give you anything to start this brawl with. You know, you have to go with pure hand-to-hand combat in a Waffle House.
I find it so funny that your metric for a successful battleground is how fatal you can be.
Right. And how much is provided to you before you get started.
Because a Waffle House brawl, I'm not expecting anybody to die, but I'm expecting a fight. And you're here like the knives are sharper at IHOP.
They are.
They can break skin.
I mean, you can't break skin with a Waffle House. What? Come on, do that thing. You're like, it's just going at it. They're like, you're never going to cut that meat, sir. It's like if you are a fool enough to order a steak at a Waffle House, you have to pick that thing up and just chew on it. You have to just tear it with your mouth and your fingers. That knife and fork is not getting anything done. Yeah. So, but that's my hot take. Now, I mean, there are some great Waffle House battles. Like I saw one where a guy he didn't stop eating his meal throughout the whole fight. But who doesn't like a dinner and a show, you know? Right. So like he was just enjoying his time there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they have to go pure. I mean, you can't remove any chairs or anything, like, because it's all booths, it's all there. Like you can get a chair up at IHOP and throw the chair around. Like, I mean, again, it's just a better battleground is what I'm saying.
Waffle House literally had a viral moment of a person throwing a chair and the server caught it.
I guess that must have been a special one. Well, because most of them
know
are
what's crazy.
What?
That is the Waffle House that I ended up reviewing.
Really?
I was there about 2 weeks before that incident. Like I was cutting it close.
That's amazing.
Would have loved to be there during it. I guess that's right.
If you are sitting like at the diner bar area, those are single chairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some chairs, not as many. So you might have to make someone get up out of their chair.
I do think putting this all on how effective your violence can be is crazy. Okay.
Well, you wanted a wild take.
I wanted a hot take.
Yes, a hot take.
And that's enough. I'm tapping out. You no longer have to take all of the heat because now it's time to turn our attention to other people and hear what they thought about the Gen Korean BBQ House that we ate at in this week's Yelp from Strangers.
We need a little yelp, a little yelp from strangers. A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4 or 5. So get a little yelp, a little yelp from strangers. A little yelp. Give us those complaints while you literally whine and die. Yelp!
All right, this is Yelp from Strangers, our segment where we turn to Yelp and read out our favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-star Yelp reviews of the Gen Korean BBQ House that we went to. Do you mind if I read the first one?
No, not at all.
All right.
5-star review.
This is a 5-star review from Chris R. from Burbank, California.
All right.
January 24th, 2018. OMG. What could I say about this place other than, damn, this place is the shiznit? Bye. Bye, K-Town, and hello, Glendale. A crazy sentence. That is truly...
That's a wild take. All right.
Crazy take.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, that tells us a lot about who wrote this review.
Who Chris R. is.
Yeah. Let's get a little more of Chris's review.
Saying goodbye to a place with bad drivers to a place with equally bad drivers. Not only am I impressed by the quality of the food, but the service as well. The wifey and I are regulars, and we've always been welcomed with open arms and good vibes. Francis, who is one of the managers, has always been really cool and down to earth. He's half Hawaiian, so I guess that's why I like him even though I'm Filipino. Same people, different area code. Our go-to... Yeah. Yes.
Chris is very into race and stereotypes here. A lot of it is like, because like even with the whole like go to an area with bad drivers to another area with bad drivers, like, buddy, what? You put that in the review? That has nothing to do with the food.
Yeah. Just like Asians and Armenians both catching strays.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even strays, direct shots.
Direct shots.
Yeah.
Like that was, wow. All right.
Yeah.
And finding out they are Asian themselves because they're Filipino, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
same people, different area code.
Yeah. And they're saying they're the same as Hawaiians? All right.
Our go-to is, of course, the dinner menu because of the Galbi short rib.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so damn delicious with the right amount of marinade and sexy deliciousness. Sharari, who served us several times, is on top of her game. No matter how crazy busy this place might get, Sharari is never phased and always comes back when we need something. This place is a gem, and I'll continue to come back as a loyal customer. Keep the good times coming, ladies and Jen. You see what I did there? Don't judge. Peace.
He's also real cool. Real cool. Real cool guy.
Look, I'm going to just say, I cringe so hard reading such a bad pun.
Mm-hmm.
I am also so guilty of making, and we're so constantly thinking in really bad puns. I suppress so many of them because I want to be likable in society.
Yeah. Well, you'll eventually get to that age. No, seriously, like when you get to that like that full dad age, where like they look and they're like, oh, that's just Michael. Like you get to that certain age. Yeah, you're not there yet.
No.
So you probably need a good 20 years of...
I'm going to be 38 this year.
Yeah.
So.
But like you get, when you're in your like mid 50s, late 50s, then you're allowed to just say like...
any pun.
Just bad puns as a dad. And you're like, oh, them dad puns,
And then people will laugh because they're like, well, at least his brain still works.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too misogynistic,
Boy.
Yeah. Hey. The standards have changed.
The standards have changed.
Yeah.
I stayed the same. I was progressive for my time.
Right.
Yeah.
1-star review.
This is from Alicia R. from Glendale, California. So she's a
local.
She's local. This is her backyard. I went to eat here and their credit card system crashed. The manager told us it would be 5 to 8 minutes until the system could reboot. We ended up I guess so.
People on Yelp can't write.
I guess so. I was like, what do you mean you needed up? Okay, so we ended up waiting 45 minutes, but no one came to our table. We asked if we could get our parking validation or validated. They said they didn't do parking validation. They kept asking for our credit card information and our ID information. We did not feel comfortable leaving that information with strangers.
I agree with this take.
I mean, that's true. That you don't need to give too much information, especially not your ID with it.
Yeah.
We asked if we could leave our phone number or email, but they did not want to compromise. After more than an hour of waiting, they finally let us go. It's like his prison.
It's like a hostage situation.
The manager got our phone number. Hey, got them digits. And we were set free. after I was already home and sleeping, the manager has the nerve to call me at 11:45 to charge me for the food. Well, you ate the food. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, it is also 11:45. Like
Right.
if you left the restaurant at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
and you get called in the... Look,
None of this will say when they left. So, like,
Yeah.
this could have been 14 minutes later.
Fair.
You live in Glendale. You might not be that far away, and you just could have jumped right into bed for all we know.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what the fuck? I have work at 6:30 in the fucking morning. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. These managers have no respect or consideration. And those are all caps, so she really meant it.
and a lot of exclamation points.
Yes. Because of their mistakes, now I'm awake. Still? Okay. This place has great food and staff, but the managers are horrible and have no work ethic. If you're going to eat here, ask if their credit card system is working or you'll be harassed by the managers.
That's such a specific... Hi, excuse me, before I eat here, is your
yeah.
credit card machine working?
Yeah, is it... Or maybe bring cash. Like, you know how you could fix all of this if you had cash?
I do find it funny that you are not at all on this person's side.
I'm not-
I actually think it's so reasonable to be, one, upset that you're leaving an hour later because their credit card machine wasn't working.
No, that part, I mean, that is frustrating, but like still to some degree, it's just like, I think you're going a little too hard in the paint for the credit card system. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're like, great food. Everything was amazing. Managers have bad work ethic because they
And are
charged
bad
me.
people.
They charged me. I was like, well, they were going to have to charge you at some point. Did you want them to charge you first thing in the morning?
I think they're just upset about being woken up.
No, I mean,
And then they took straight to their computer because this review was not typed on a phone.
oh, no.
This is somebody who's like, let me open my laptop.
Oh, yes.
And they...
No, she definitely mentioned, I'm awake now. And
Yeah.
it's just like as if you're like still going to be awake for all of time.
Yeah.
Because
She's holding like a candle and has a nightcap. She's just like an old-timey awake person.
First, I'll do this in quill ink and then I'll type it up.
Yeah. Hey there, it's me, Michael. And now that we're in season 4, I'm adding more content to my Patreon. Not only can you hear the extended Yelp from Stranger segment with 3 more reviews, and not only can you get an exclusive full episode covering an extra chain restaurant on the last day of each month, but I've added an extra chat with my guests where we discuss their go-to fast food and chain restaurants and talk about why they love them so much. I hope you'll come check it out, and you can get your first week completely free of charge. That's patreon.com/fine dining podcast. I appreciate and love you all. Back to the episode. And that is part 1. John, thanks so much for coming on.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You want to tell people where they can find you on social media and stuff?
Well, yeah, you can find me on social media by typing in Jon, Jon 024 Durnell. You'll find me on Instagram and Twitter that way. Or you can just type in Jon Durnell. It's pretty much just me and a guy who does country music in Texas. So I think you'll be able to tell the difference between the two of us. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to be like that guy who reviewed earlier. But I think you can tell the difference between the two of us. And yeah, soon I'm going to be doing some improv in New York, which I'm excited about.
DCM?
I'm going to be at DCM.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you can follow this show on Instagram and TikTok at Fine Dining Podcast. You can join my Discord server. You can go to Patreon, get the full Yelp from Strangers segment, an interview with my guests where I asked them about what's their rotation of restaurants, and an exclusive episode every single month at the end of the month. So please do that because this is a listener-supported show. We will be back next week to discuss our meal at Gen Korean BBQ House. We'll just be sitting here waiting on our table until then. Thanks so much for watching.
Have a fine day.
Waiting on our table. Step is done and we had some fun. Now we're waiting on our table. Join us next time. We're stuck in line. Waiting on our table. We're so hungry, tummy's grumbling. Waiting on our table. We gotta continue our search for mediocrity. Yeah. Waiting on
Have a fine day.